So the quadriceps are the opposite side of the thigh from the hamstrings. This forms what we call an agonist-antagonist relationship. It's not an easy concept to understand, but let me try to say it as simply as I can. The agonist, agonist, is the muscle or muscle group that is the prime mover. When we're doing knee flexion, the hamstrings are the agonist. They're the ones doing the action. On the other side of the thigh, we have the quadricep muscles. Quad meaning 4. There are 3 hamstrings, 4 quadriceps. The quadricep muscles are called the antagonist. What does that mean? It means that they actually have to resist the pull of the hamstrings in order for the action of the hamstrings to happen smoothly. How can we visualize this? The best way, I feel, is through the idea of a tug of war. These 2 muscle groups are on the opposite side of the bone. Agonist and antagonist often work that way. Biceps, triceps, opposite side of the humerus bone. They are also agonist and antagonist depending what's happening. Now I'm using my bicep as the agonist, my tricep as the antagonist, doing that. If I were to do this movement, imagining that there's a weight in my hand, now my triceps are the agonist and my biceps are the antagonist. The triceps are the prime mover. If you visualize a tug of war, 2 sides pulling on a rope, let's say they're both pretty strong and equal, and the rope is not moving much, and they're struggling, both of them pulling. One side might pull a little harder, and slowly that side starts to win the tug of war. That's like this. The bicep is pulling harder. But what happens in a tug of war if one side were to completely let go of the rope all at once? A good practical joke. Obviously, the other side that's all pulling, they're all going to fall down, right? If we were to try to bring our arm out or up using our bicep muscle in some way, and we didn't have a tricep muscle, we couldn't move slowly and gracefully. We'd be whipping, doing that kind of motion. We'd have almost an elastic band. So when Ethan earlier was lowering slowly and that nice from plank down towards the floor against gravity, even though his bicep muscles were soft, remember I said they're not active? Well, they're not exactly inactive either. They have to exhibit a certain amount of force to allow the triceps to lower slowly. So in other words, from here, slowly down, my biceps are helping. They're the antagonist. If they weren't there, I'd probably just flop real fast. Okay? That's what's happening every time we use the quadriceps and hamstrings.